Hi, welcome to DIY Donna. I'm Donna. Today I got 3 projects for you. We are going to make a bunny out of a 2-liter bottle of pop. I got this from the Dollartree. It was the orange Fega. And I let the boys have it. And they drank it, we rinsed it out, and Maya rinsed it out again, it looks like. We also, he took off the paper and we had to use glue gun on this to get it off, and he also had to scrape a little bit to get the sticky stuff off. But, we're gonna make this bunny. I got this idea because my neighbor came to me and said that she had to show me something that she made for her daughters years ago, and they still have them. And she made a bunny out of the bottle, but I'm doing mine differently than she did. She filled hers up with jelly beans. I'm not filling mine up with jelly beans because we're going to make this into a bunny rabbit bank along with, we're going to use the heat knife to put a hole in it, and then we're going to use a foam ball that I got from Hobby Lobby, which I forgot to haul. Sorry guys. I'm going to dig into the head of the bunny just deep enough to glue the cap to it so it will permanently stay there. Excuse my hands. On one of the projects, it's a long story, I'll tell you during that project. We're waiting on it to dry. But anyway, so they could use it for a bank from here on out. Board. Okay, you guys, so I am going to go ahead and get started on this project. And the foam ball. And then the material I'm using to cover the body and the head with is the car from the automobile department at the Dollar Tree for your cleaning your cars. I have 2 of those to do the bunny, this body and head. And then I was debating on making the ears or buying a set of ears, and I went with buying a set of the ears, and then we're gonna make the arms and the feet out of foam. So let's go ahead, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove this plastic on this foam ball, which I don't know why they airtight it to the ball, because it's so difficult to get out, off, I mean not out, but out of the package. Okay, and there's the foam that Maya went out and got. Ooh, don't ever do that because I just about got my eye. Okay, now hopefully that's, I'm gonna push the gap inside, you know, to indent it into the foam so I know where to cut. See how it just, now I didn't get they have 2 different kinds of the foam balls, so I got this one instead of the, kind of feels like, oh, if I could think, ow, Don't ever be dumb and hold your pen like that. Sorry you guys have to hear that I'm going with this package, but we're almost got it, and then we are going to. Alright, sorry for the noise, sorry for it all. I should have removed it before I started recording. Now, this is what I'm going to do, is do this so I could dig it out. And you know what? I'm going to get my spatula now. Okay, so I went and got this spatula. It's the Dollartree brand for the Cricut. I went and got that because, yes, that's a little bit faster, but it's actually, taking too much off around the edge than what I need. And I wanted it to set flush in there. Maybe I should have got the other one. So yeah, if you guys remake this, grab the other one that's kind of like, not styrofoam. It's more, the one that, something like the Dollar Tree has. That you can stick flowers in and stuff. So let's see if you can avoid all this mess here. So it's not gonna, it'll be okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to stick fabric glue on the sides. And then I am going to stick hot glue at the bottom so it will be permanently there. And I do apologize for the dogs in the background. Every little noise they hear, they think it's time to bark. Well, maybe if I could get my glue out, you know what will be faster? It was, I'm just going to brush it on anyway, so I'm going to do the same when I put on the fabric. I am just going to put the, glue on with this. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to add a little bit more hot glue because I want to make sure they don't dry. But you do not want the two glues combining because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think these two are compatible for each other. Some glues are, some glues ain't. I don't know which one goes where. Alright, so we got our cap in, and once that dries, we would be able to screw it on and off without having to worry about the cap. Okay, so now the second thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and cover up the head. And I'm going to do a little bit at a time because if you don't, you're going to have difficulties. So I'm going to do this little square right here. I'm going to put our brush back in there. And then I'm just going to set it down. And I'm going to put right where, see how I did that? And then I'm going to pull it tightly. And we're going to go around with this glue and pull the fabric tight as we go. That way our head is good and tight on there. Here we go. And then when we get, before we get on this side, we will go up underneath more where we didn't get it. Down in here. See how we're going to go around and we're going to pull it. And I'm hoping that it meets. It don't look like it's going to, but we could, yeah, we'll get it. And we're going to do the same thing right here. Now, one of the reasons why you want to use tacky glue is because the hot glue gun will, if you may melt this. You've seen what the hot knife did to the lid part of it. Hopefully, we're able to get that out of the video as well. Oops. Body part.
What did you say?
Can't drop the body part on the floor talking about the material.
Oh, we just dropped the hot glue gun too.
My dog literally just walked purposely right into all my wires. Okay, so you guys see how I'm, because I really am trying to get it all like right here in the middle, and then I could just cut off the extra, and including this, we will not have this. Once I get this right here, that should be done. And this is not, I'm tired of having it pull up, so that's what I did. And I slammed that down onto my paper and did not realize it. Oh, only me, only me. I haven't been out of frame, have I? You guys can see. We're working on that frame issue. Trying to. But it's hard because my pod, some of my parts got broke because Maya wanted to strip them out and then kept trying to pull them tighter and tighter. And believe it or not, he cracked it. Some of the parts, I could not believe it. And I was upset at the same time. And the one part is like $35. And I got thinking, well, maybe I ought to just get a new pod. But this one is a very good pod. And it's a light and all. I mean, this boy's even broke my pieces to this. So, alright, we're gonna keep pulling it. Right here, like I said, we're gonna use this tool to put this down inside of where the bottle cap is. Put the trim part onto the foam part itself. Put a little bit of glue so we could fluff it all together. And continue this all the way to this end, and then see, I got all this still extra. Thank goodness I didn't cut it too short though. wow, see, this is coming out. A little bit of hot glue. And I'm gonna kind of like Alright, we are done with the head part. Now we are going to work on the body. Now, like I said, these are going to be very cute for like banks. You can fill them up with candy if you like and give them to the kids. But actually, it's okay, we got it on anyway. And we're just going to push it back up in there. Alright, there we go. We got it going on now. Now, ooh, I got fuzz stuck to my hands. And that should be it with that anyway. No, it's not. Off. We're gonna go ahead and cut all that off. And let me go ahead and cut this extra stuff off so it's easier to work with. And basically, I'm not gonna leave a whole bunch on here because this is where I gotta tuck and pull and make it look. Oh, I may have cut it too short, darn it. Okay, let me pull this. Right here is where I'm going to use some hot glue because I am going to put it together, see? And once you get it together, you can fluff it and you won't see the glue or nothing. Don't roll in the glue. We're going to do the same thing right here. Okay, we are finished with the head. Okay, now we are going to add the body. Fur. Not the body, the fur. Okay, I'm starting out the same way. I'm just going to add. Now this one, I'm going to add it all in the front. We're just going to spread it all out. And then I'll get the bottom last. But this should be able to lay right up against material. Okay, so yeah, we're doing that now. We're gonna wrap this just completely around this. Ooh, my hands touched the glue again. Fell over. Okay. Let's try this again. Alright. Second, third time is the charm. We're gonna hold it and I'm just going to push it on there. I'm gonna make sure it's pulled tight. And yeah, I got glue on myself and on my fingers. Okay, now the thing with this one is, you should have been able to, it's round. So we're going to do the same thing as we did to the top, okay? See all this extra material? we're just gonna cut it off. We're gonna cut it off, and then we are going to, these should be able to touch.
Go.
Alright, so I'm gonna add some more glue. And like I said, she left hers and filled it up with jelly beans. It was the cutest thing I saw. But I didn't want to actually do hers, so I wanted to put my own spin on it. We're gonna cut all that off. Look, the body's on, and I call it the body. I think it is gonna come out adorable, you guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut all this off. Sorry, you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm still cutting. I gotta sharpen my scissors. I use these things for fabric, I use them for paper, for anything and everything. And I gotta stop it. I gotta get a pair and keep them just for my material and sharpen these other ones. I wish they would bring us some newer scissors out. Right now, the only ones my Dollartree's got is the red, black handled ones. And a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember who it was, hauled the new scissor line out from Jot. So, my store hasn't got those yet. Okay, for the bottom, we are going to do the same thing. You're going to figure out where you want your fabric to go. And I want mine to go to the very end. And then I'm going to add some hot glue right here so I can seal the trim up. Alright, now we are going to go right here with this, what is it?
Tacky glue.
Tacky glue. Today, when we get on camera, we forget what we're supposed to say. Now, I'm going to use those to draw my feet. Well, Jeremiah is going to draw my feet for me. The arms. That looks like duck feet.
But it's got scalloped edges, so it's a bunny.
Okay. And can you draw them on these so I can cut them out? We're going to use the foam. And then I'm going to use the leftover material to go over it. And we're going to make the arms and everything. So while he is doing that, we could be working on the face. Now, we got to put the cap back on.
How big?
So we can figure out where our face and everything is going to line up. Now we know this is going to be our back because this is where the seam is. And like I said earlier, I got to put hot glue here and there. Guys, I'm sorry I do this to my hands when I craft. We got a limit on our time, so I try not to. I'm a sloppy crafter. I clean it before I start, and then. Alright, so now this part right here is going to be our front. Find your best. Okay, and then just like I said, the seam is in the back. Maya is doing our feet and stuff, and we're going to work on our face. So we got some lashes here that we could use for this cute little girl, and we're going to go ahead and do the eyes.
Are you gonna paint the feet?
No, I'm putting material on the feet.
Okay. So
Feet and arms.
Okay.
Alright, so we got our eyes on. But I am going to add a little bit of glue so the eyes will stay. The eyelashes, not the eyes, the eyelashes will stay on the bunny. And then we gotta find out what we're gonna do for the nose and the mouth. Okay. And got felt for the nose and mouth. So I am now cutting some whiskers, and I'm figuring out the size on them. I think them are too long. Alright, so I'm just going to cut them to about here. This is going to be for both sides. And we're going to do about 3 of these. So I'm using the other one to make, cut, measure. I do apologize for my hands. Okay, and now let me okay, so now what we're going to do is make sure they're all even, and we're going to go ahead and glue them on here, because I'm going to go ahead and like I said, glue them on here first, and then I'll add the nose and the mouth, because the whiskers go up underneath the nose area anyhow. So I'm just trying to find the placement for them, and I'm keeping them together. We're going to add just a dab of hot glue. Just add. We're going to put them about right here. Hold down on here until it's, here we go. Once it dries a little bit more and I get the nose on, I'll fluff them out. So can you hand me the We are done with this paint glue, so we're gonna go ahead and put it up. Can you hear me? A paper towel, please. Thank goodness. And now we can put that away. Now, let me work on the nose. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to cut a little piece out of here, just a little square, because you don't need much. I can't freehand a heart. I'm trying here.
It's just a triangle.
Might have it too big.
It's upside down.
That's about the right size. Let me see which way. No, I don't want it where it looks like a heart. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of hot glue onto the nose area. And we're going to fluff out our whiskers here. And we're going to try to spread them out. Still not quite looking like a bunny, is it? We're missing a couple pieces on it, but we'll get it. We're going to go ahead and put that over to the side. Now I got some black. Okay, so like I said earlier, I did find some foam board. I am going to cut the ears off. These ones are made different. Okay, so I'm going to pull this bow off. It's cute, but I don't know if I'm going to use it for this project or if I'm going to save it for another. But regardless, we'll cut it off. Now, I am going to attempt. I think I may have to get my wire cutters for these. They really feel different than the one set. I'm going to cut the fur off the headband itself. And then I'll find out what I'm working with as far as the ears go. So basically, I'm just gonna cut the material off the horn, and now they're barking. Alright, I'm gonna get my wire cutter so we can break it right there. And I'm sorry, I do want to leave everything in for you guys to see that it's all not easy. I literally just had to break that with my wire cutters, because that was hard, whatever is in there. These are made different than the ones that just snap and you can cut them off. Alright, let's see. Okay, they're making it with a real thick plastic, and then there's wire. So to let you guys know, cut them with the wire cutters and they'll come right off. Alright, so I got one. Now we're gonna break it with the wire cutter again. Hear that snap? That was it. Throw the band part away. Oh my goodness. It's getting there, you guys. Look how cute. Okay, I'm gonna have to stand up. Don't want to weigh her in the glue. I got glue everywhere. So I'm gonna put her like right here. I want to measure for her ears on right. Okay. So I'm going to add some hot glue to the bottom of the ears. I'm going to place it and then I'm going to hold it for a second. And we're going to repeat the same step on this ear. Didn't see that there. I would have took it off a long time ago. We're going to hold it. I want them in the same area. Now these has got wire in them, so you can bend one down. But look how it's turning out so far. Now we're going to put the arms on her and her little feet. Oh, her ear fell off. That's not good. Why that one had trouble and fell off? It's got enough glue. There we go. It should be okay now. Alright, so now we're going to do the arms and feet. Help me. Which I don't know why Maya, he draws better than this. Alright, we're having difficulties with the ear. I'm going to fix it right now so we don't have no more problems. Alright, that should work now. Okay. Leave it alone. Okay, so now I'm cutting out the arms. And I'm going to put it up against the body to make sure that it's not too bulky or too anything. Just make sure it goes with the body style is the only thing I'm trying to say here. Let me see with the other one how it's going to be. Now I want to make sure that these are same in length and everything, so you use this one as a template, and what you want to do is turn in the opposite direction. Hold on for a second. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm sorry, my dogs play really rough, and it sounds like they're hurting each other, but I promise you, they're not. They're playing. Alright, so we're going to put that over there. And I am going to make sure, like I said, that they are the same in length in the same amount. Now, we're going to put them on, and yeah, they both look good together. So, we're going to fix those. Let's get the feet cut out so we can get them done as well. And like I said, Maya drew these for me. Well, actually, the hands I drew, and he just drew them again. And then he done the feet because he didn't like the way I had my feet. Get them before they get started there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, like I said, we got some material left over, and I think we could easily cover these up. And see, so the only thing we're going to do is slap. Where did the glue go? Will you get it, please? We are going to rub some glue on the foam, and then I'm just going to lay it down on the material, and then we're going to cut it out again. I'm not worried about both sides, just because we got to glue it to the body. And my ear will not stay up for some reason. I don't know. Will you get me another glue stick out of my desk drawer, please? Thank you. Let's hold this ear down inside here for a minute. I don't know why I'm having problems with my ear. Especially when the other one stayed up just fine. Don't understand. Okay. Hopefully I have it now and it will stay. Without burning myself. Alright, let's let that cool down and hopefully it'll stay. So, looks like we have a different, it's a newer bottle, but it's okay. I don't have to shove the brush too far. So basically what we're going to do is rub this all over the foam board. There we go. And we're just going to lay it flat down. We're going to do the same with the other one that I just tried to throw away. A little bit more glue, please. And the same with the arms. Now, don't forget, your arms has to be the opposite from each other. All right, there we go. Now it's time to cut them out. Okay, why ain't there we go. Can you rinse that off with hot water, please? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut these out. Once you get them individually cut out, we're going to go ahead and just cut around it. We're just going to go around the whole thing close to it, so see where your fur is flushed. That's what I'm calling it now, my fur instead of the body. I don't know why I was calling it the body. But it's actually the fur. Thank you, buddy. I'm sorry about that. My shepherd gets in her barking little stages every once in a while and she wants petted. She's a big old baby. I mean, I'm not saying she wouldn't bite. She may when it comes to me and the kids, but... Alright, so now we are going... We're just going to repeat this whole... I'm not going to keep leaving all this in for you guys. It's boring watching me cut. Okay, you guys, like I said, your best bet is to fill it up with... now, I still got to put the hole right here for the bank part. I have not done that yet. But I wanted to clean off my knife, and oh boy, looks like the foam is stuck on there. Alright, it's no biggie. I'll just still poke the hole in it. So anyway, our feet is done. Look how adorable. So what we're going to do is place our little bunny on top of our feet, and then, well, we gotta flush it so it can stay up. Gotta stay up on it. Once I put rocks in it, or candy, it will stay up. First, let's do the arms. I'm going to find a placement for them. About right there would be nice for the arms. Okay, right there. So I'm going to drop them, and then I am going to put hot glue all the way around this. It's fine, it clipped. Okay, then I'm going to find my placement again. Make sure you hit it right the first time. A minute ago. I'm going to add a little bit more glue right here so I can hold it for a second. And I may... touched it and it was still very hot. But I may just leave the feet off. I may not use the feet. But I am going to go pick up some jelly beans. No. Can you, alright, let me finish this part though, because that burn. trying to remove the glue. I'm gonna have a blister there. I shouldn't have touched it hot, and I did. Okay, so we're gonna repeat this step with this other arm. And like I said, you got to make sure you find your placement the first time around, because this is hot glue. You can't move it. Okay, there's her little arms. Now, inside her little arms, we can either do an egg or a carrot. And I think we need to do a really shiny pink egg so we can get some color on her. So, we got this cute little pink egg that I'm just going to glue to her belly, about right there. Alright, now we're going to make her a little bow. And I gotta get some bows here in a second. But first we got a tail we gotta put on. Gotta put the tail on. Okay, we got these little cotton balls from the dollar store, and we're gonna place her tail right there. Now I do have some little green stuff in here from the baggie it was in, but no biggie, comes off. Alright, so we're gonna put some glue on it, and we're gonna place it right here. It's also a baby chick. But we'll see how much we got going on here. Because like I said, I got these pretty little felt. But I am going to cut the leaves off of it because I don't like that bright green color. We're going to do the same thing to this purple one. I've had these in my stash since I started my channel. Alright. Get the fuzzes and stuff off of it. And we're going to place them right here by their ear. We're going to add some hot glue. Place it right there on the ear. And we're going to repeat the same thing with the purple. And now we are going to make a cute little bow. With the Happy Easter ribbon. And it is going to be just a little one here. And I'm going to take a piece of this and we're going to wrap it around. Cutting off the extra. Now, there is our bow. Trying to find the placement for the bow. think I'm gonna stick it right there up underneath the flowers. We're also gonna ducktail our tails as well. Okay. Put a little bit of glue. Stick it up underneath there. And I believe this project is complete. Like I said, unless you want to add like a happy Easter sign, but I don't, that one's cute and all. But I just think I'm going to leave that area alone. I think she is adorable just the way she is. Let me know in the comments section what you think of the bunny. Hang on. I believe her eye fell down as well. Darn it. There we go. Little mouth, her whiskers. You will see her in her final review. I think she's adorable. So, I spray painted the egg and the bunny, and you'll get a clip showing it somewhere in here. But now the egg is dry, and yeah, you can see the glue a little bit. I thought about maybe trimming it, but in a way it adds character to it because, and I don't think it worked anyway, because it looks like real chocolate egg. So I'm just going to make a finger bow. We're going to glue that finger bow, well, awareness bow, I should say, not a finger bow. And we're going to take a little bit of this ribbon and we're going to put it in the middle of the bow and glue it here. I get my scissors to work. I'm going to use the purple. Put a little bit right there, and then we're gonna cut the extra ribbon off. That's right there on the edge. Okay, I'm gonna straighten it out. Now let's get this cut here. There we go. Now, the only thing I'm going to do is put a little bow on the top right here. And then this project is complete. And then I'm going to go check on the rabbit. And if the bunny is done, we will decorate that one as well. I think it looks like a giant Easter, chocolate Easter egg. Now, the bunny has been done over and over, so that is nothing. But I just think they're cute. I even done the bunny last year as well. But the funny thing is, I don't know what happened to those projects. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and check on the bunny, and then the final review. Okay, that was not going to work, but that's okay. I went and got one of the bases. So I'm just going to lightly put that on, and it's got my pod still on it, so it will stay. We're going to make us a spring base. So we got the boots. The next step is I'm going to do a flower. If I can get these off of here. Okay. There was a lady in the Dollartree yesterday. Her and her daughter was trying to find things to make a homemade bee costume. Well, you know those yellow and black sponges they got out? Well, they're not sponges, they're buffers, I guess, for the bath. I suggested to them that they got that, and because it's black and yellow, and I think that right there would be perfect for a costume, a bee. You can even take it apart and put it on a reform to make a bee. Which, ding, I just got something in my head. I am going to try it out and see if it works. So, I had to add more Mod Podge, of course, to the boots because it's already drying on the back and it was drying in the front. So I got the rain boots, a flower. The next thing I'm going to put is the watering can real quick. If I could get it without sticking, because when you, there we go. I'm going to do the same steps, the Mod Podge on the back of the watering can. And then I'm going to find its placement, which is going to be right catty corner from the rain boots. And then I'm going to take my finger and smooth it onto the glass. Okay, then I'm going to take a little bit of Mod Podge on my brush if I don't quit spilling it everywhere. Okay, up under as well. Here we go. Alright, and then we have this pretty flower right here. I really like this one. I think the colors together are pretty. So we're going to repeat that same step. We're going to do it on the back. And yeah, I must say, I'm not putting that much on the back, but you got to kind of be a little generous with it though, so they could stay. Now I was thinking, okay, it's Easter time though. We got us a real pretty vase. Look how pretty that's turning out, you guys. I love all these together. And I don't want to waste this really pretty yellow looking one. So we're going to use it. And my dog, I don't know what her deal is. She just wants to she has been out 100 times. Why I'm making this film even. So I know she don't have to. She just... Alright, so we got the other flower there. So we have used them all. Now I am going to decorate it for spring/Easter. It is Easter time, and so how I'm going to do so, I'm going to add some of these real pretty vase fillers, is what they call them. Now I have not seen these this year. These were last year's. So, and then I have this bunny, like ribbon type. I thought maybe we could wrap it around the vase just for Easter time. You just use it to... We're going to use a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place for a second. Hold it down. And then we're going to put a little bit right there. Wrap it around. Make sure your bunnies are facing upwards. Lay that ribbon right down in that glue. There we go, and look at our pretty vase. Okay, that is DIY number 2. We are moving on to DIY number 3. You will see this in the final review. Okay, you guys, welcome to DIY. Okay, you guys, so we finally got the rabbit dry, and it is messed up in the front, but I'm going to go ahead and continue with this project anyway. So, I am putting the pink pearls around its neck, and it's already sticky. And also, don't forget to sand yours before you paint it. I did forget to do so, so I'm going to put Mod Podge on this and the egg. Alright, so we may have to add a little bit of hot glue to get these things to stick. I kind of figure we may have to. On dog's hair. And then we're going to add some more right here. And I'll get the strings up later. One more string. I'm going to repeat this all the way around the whole neck of the bunny. And this is no big deal. I can take 2 off of the little string right here. And then we'll just put this right in the middle, and then you're not going to be able to tell it. See? And then we're going to add some more glue, and then we're going to go around to the edge right there and I pull too many off, that's okay, then I'll just put it back. If I don't pull enough off, and I pull just enough off. Okay, so now we are done with the neck part. She looks pretty. And the extra glue you can just peel right off. But watch you don't scrape it. I'll clean it all up. Alright, now I am going to make a bow out of the bunny. This real pretty ribbon. Now I'm going to add a little bit of glue so I can put the ribbon around it on both sides here while I'm burning my finger. And then we're going to okay, so then we're going to dovetail the tail of the ribbon, and then we're going to place it right in between her head, and then she will be complete, and the final review will be coming up next. I want to thank you for watching my video. If you don't mind, give me a big thumbs up and sharing it out. The only thing that does is help my channel grow. And also, if you're new here, welcome. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button and that bell, and you get notifications of all the videos we upload. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye. I want to dig holes in my, oh my goodness, this is the most difficult package I have ever dealt with in my life.